Okay, so I want to talk about English proficiency, and let's start with the U.S. schools. So this is the University of Laverne, and what you want to do is you want to look for undergraduate freshmen, international undergraduate freshman admissions. You need to get, so if you look on the left-hand side, there's international students and then international admissions and undergraduate freshmen. It depends on the university about where they put it. You are going to be an undergraduate international freshman. So it depends. Sometimes they say international freshmen, sometimes, and then under that there's international. Sometimes they put international admissions, and under that there's undergraduate freshmen. So this is Laverne, which is a small school in California. And this is the page on any university when you decide sort of the university that you want to apply to. There's usually additional admissions documents that you have to provide on top of the application. And so here's the application deadlines and the admission requirements, right? So the application, official high school transcript, personal statement, letter of recommendation, that's all nice. Here's, for most universities, they'll have a proof of English proficiency. So for Laverne, they want you to either submit an SAT score. And some schools say you have to have a certain type of SAT score or a certain level of score. And sometimes if you click here, they'll do that, but this one just takes you to College Board, right? So they don't have a minimum score. They want you to take it. Or they say you can do the TOEFL or the IELTS or the Duolingo test or the Cambridge English Advanced test, and then or the PTE academic results, okay? So those are the way that they want you to show proof of English proficiency. Now, there's no other waivers here. Now, let's say you can't get to the SAT, you can't get to the TOEFL, you can't take the IELTS, Duolingo, you can do at home. But if there's any of those that you can't do, given COVID right now, you can write to, actually for a school like this, you could write to me. A lot of times I know the person that's in admissions for some of these schools, so you could write to me and I could see if, given COVID, is there any other way to get around the English admissions requirement if you can't do any of those. Otherwise, you would email them directly and say, hey, given COVID, where does that take us? Now, there's updates and information at Laverne and COVID coronavirus there. They may, if you go to that, they may have something on it. In terms of a lot of things, but in terms of English proficiency too. So that's just an update if you want to know what the situation is for Laverne in terms of the COVID virus in the state of California. So let's go to another one. So this is University of Minnesota. And here's applying international freshman admissions, right? And here you have a list. See what materials need to be sent with your application. Okay, so international freshman title, English proficiency information for international students. That's what you want. Okay, and the first thing they have is, well, they're going to waive it for the juniors, the fall of 2022. So that's nice. They've already said that. So here's the English language requirement, right? So they require all non-native English speakers to demonstrate command of English, and they accept results from English language proficiency tests below. Okay, and all undergraduate programs at the university require a specific minimum score for admission. Okay. So this is the minimum score. So you have the choice: IELTS, TOEFL, Pearson's, Cambridge. Okay, and there's the total score that they need. So this is very clear. You need to have a specific minimum score. Now, if you come down here, they say, here's alternative test options due to COVID-19, right? So you can take the home edition. This is a China one. This is an IELTS indicator, okay? But there's the special home edition. So this university has said, well, if you take the TOEFL at home and you get these scores, then you're fine. But those are the minimum scores. Now, here's another way to meet English proficiency requirement, right? So you can turn in the SAT, and you have to get at least a 540 on the evidence-based reading and writing, okay? So there's lots of ways for this school, and this is pretty typical of most universities in the United States. They usually make it pretty clear about how you provide proof of your English language proficiency.